Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Yoda Byte. Today we are going to see the second tutorial in R programming, that is about object and vectors. With no further delay, let us get into the topics. So here I have given tutorial 2, the date and the topic that we are going to see. Hope you can notice these lines are preceded by slash symbol. It is nothing but these lines are comment lines. For my reference, I have given these lines as comment lines. Okay. So when coming to the topic, object consists of mode and length. First, let us see what is mode. Let me give a value. D is assigned to 5. Okay. Just run this code. For running this code, either you can go with this run option, or in keyboard you can press Ctrl and enter at the same time. Ctrl and enter at the same time. So when you see the mode of D, the value is numeric. Next, E, I'll give some string. Okay. Run this code, then check mode of E. The mode of E is character. Okay. Next, let me give the combination of both. So 2i. Okay, run this code and check mode of R. The value gives complex. Okay, so since this is the combination of both numeric and character, the value is complex. So let me give some exponential number, exp of 3. Okay, let me assign this value to R1. Okay, now run this and check the mode of R1. That will also return numeric. What if I give some infinity number? Say T is assigned to 4 bar 0. Control. Then mode of T will be obviously numeric, but the exponential of T is infinity. Exponential of minus T is, exponential of minus T is 0. So let me remove this line. What if T minus T? The value is NaN. It means not a number. So we have two missing values. One is Na and another one is Nan. So we'll be seeing in detail in the further sessions about these two missing values. As of now, T minus T is not a number. Okay. Next, coming to the topic, vectors. First, what we are going to see is assignment vectors. Okay. So we are going to see how we can assign a vector to an object. Okay, let me give B to C of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So the value of B when you see 1, 2, 3, 4. So this operator, the less than symbol and the subtract operator, is called as assignment operator. So a vector is assigned to B, that is an object. So this is a vector and this is an object. Okay, when you see what is the B value, you will get all the values that you have assigned. Okay, another way that you can assign an object is assign of, let me give some other alphabet, give it in quotes so that it will get assigned. Assign comma C of 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay, enter. Now when you print n, the value is 2, 4, 5, 6. That is, these 2, 4, 5, 6 number is assigned to an object again. So this is another way of assigning an object. Okay. Next, some other way is, let me give T. Sorry, T we have already used, right? Okay, let me give W. W first. Will finish the vector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll give one more extra number because this will not get overloaded. Okay, C, that is assigned to W. Okay, now when you print W and C, you will get all the values that you have assigned. So this is assigned in the left hand side and this is assigned in the right hand side, and in between we can have the function called assign, which is default available in R. Okay. Now, what are the other things that we can do? So this we have given, right? So log of W. we can find all the mathematical functions in R. So if you want to find sine of W, all the values will get displayed. Cos of W, tan of W, all the values will get displayed. What about the square root? Square root should be given with the function sqrt. Okay, square root of W will get this one. Okay, so now if you want to find the length of n, what is the length of n? Okay, that is 4, because we have only 4 numbers. So if you have a larger data of 1000 columns, 5000 rows and all, if you want to find out the entire length of the particular column, we can go with this length option. Okay, we can't be scrolling the Excel sheets, right? So we can use this length option in order to find the length of the particular column or length of the particular row. Okay. Product, if you want to find product of n, product of all the numbers. So 2 into 4 into 5 into 6 is 240. Okay, that is given by the function PROD, that is the product. What about the sum? Sum of n, that is 70. So these are the basic mathematical operations that you can perform in R. Okay. So what about mean? You would have read about mean. Mean of n, 4.25. So mean is nothing but, I'll elaborate the formula. So let me give some other z I have given. No. Okay, let me give like this. Z is equal to sum of n divided by length of n. So this is what the mean. Okay, so for your reference, I'll give z mean as the object name. Now when you run this, it will get run, and when you print z mean, you will get the value 4.25. So instead of using or typing the entire formula, you can just give mean of n, whatever the object you want to find mean. So you can give like this instead of typing this whole formula. So what about variance? Variance of n, if you give var of n, you will get the value. Instead of typing, you know the formula, right? So let me give sam var. Let me type the formula over here. X minus mean of x to the power of 2 divided by length of x minus 1. Okay, so this is, so instead of x here we have used n, right? So we can give it as n. Run this code. Now when you print somewhere, the value is this one, sample variance. Okay, for all the values it is given. Okay, so if you want to sort this number, so let me give some other one, B1. I'll give C of 35, 36, 32, 31, 34. Okay, I want to sort this B1. Sort of B1, if you give, it will sort the number and give according to the ascending order. Okay, I have shuffled here all the numbers, but I just wanted to sort it. So this sort symbol, what it will do is, it will give the ascending order of the particular numbers what you have given. Okay, other option is, you can give order of B1. That will also result in giving this one. What does it means? 4, 3, 5, 1, 2. It means 31 is in the 4th position of the vector. 32 is in the 3rd position. So it will return the position of the particular number in a vector. Okay. What about the sort dot list of B1? That will also give the same number. Okay. Sort is different, order and sort dot list is different. So if you want to find the ascending order of the particular column, you can use sort. Whereas if you want to find the position, you can use either order or sort dot list. Both you can use. Okay. And if you want to generate some sequence of numbers, so let me give the column as generating sequence of numbers. What you can do is, give h is equal to c of 1 is to 30. I want the sequence 35. Okay, you can give enter, and if you print h and c, you will get the sequence of number from 1 to 35. So here you have given 1 is to 35. It means I want the numbers from 1 till 35. Okay, this is called generating the sequence of numbers. Okay, so if I want to give like this, let me have h1. I want the multiple of 2. 2 star 5. Okay, 2 star 5 is to 15. Okay, run this code, and now when you print h1 and c, what will happen is it will give 2 star 5 is 10, 2 star 6 is 12, 2 star 7 is 14. So till 15 number it will multiply with 12 and it will give you the result. Okay, this is how the sequence is generated, and the sequence can be multiplied with a number, whatever number you want. Okay, or otherwise you can give it in this way. This also has a function like we have seen for assign operator, right? Assign operator we have for vector, otherwise we can directly assign like this. So likewise we have a function for this also, that is called as sequence of 1 is to 10. This also performs the same function. Okay, see here what it has given. From 1 till 10 it has printed all the numbers. So you can use this function or you can use it in this way. Whatever is comfortable for you, you can use in either ways. Okay. Other one, what you can do in order to multiply like this, what you can give is sequence of 1, 30 by equal to 2. So let me see what does it gives. It means it will print the number from 1 to 30 by 2 means the gap between the first two numbers will be 2 and the second two numbers will be 2. Next two numbers will be 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 likewise. So by 2 in the sense, if you want to check what is the sequence function performs, let us type here sequence. So it will give you the entire result how you can generate the sequence. See? So default. See here they have clearly given from 1 to 1. See here from, it means sequence of from 1 till 10. You can generate the sequence. This is the from value and this is the to value. Okay. So here what all they can see, here they have used the by symbol. It means the difference between the two number is 2. Okay, 5 minus 3 is 2. 7 minus 5 is 2. So it means the difference between the two numbers should be 2. If I give the difference between the two numbers should be 5. What does it result? See, 1, 6, 11, 16, 21 and 26. So this is how sequence can be generated. Next that we are going to see is logical vectors. Logical vectors are nothing but true, false, or you can have any, no values, or that also you can have. Okay, so if I give x is equal to 56, okay, enter this. Now when I check temp is equal to x, whether it is greater than 100. When you enter, the value will give false because 56 is not greater than 100. So when I give 56 is less than 100. Now run it. Now run. It will give the option as true. Okay. This is all about logical vectors. It will check whether the condition is true or false. Okay. Like today we have seen how to generate the sequence, logical vectors and some of the mathematical operations in R, and finally the mode and length, how we can find in all those things. Thank you.